Hey guys, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna here to apologise. The first part of the podcast, we're gonna have to skip past it. It's only about what we played. Pretty much we just said Cyberpunk, Postal, all that stuff. So it's not that important. But the rest of the podcast is amazing. So hopefully you enjoy it. And thank you. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and follow the podcast wherever you're watching. Thanks, guys. Peace.
Your new controllers out of the box.
What about you? What about you, Mark?
Oh, I got spoiled rotten. Christmas was nice, and I got to do a lot of spoiling. So, like, that's my favorite part is giving. But I got those sweet shelves right there in this sweet daddy chair right here. KD, 4 million. But I'd rather give. But I did get a couple cool things, and I did get to upgrade my shotgun a little bit, which you can kind of see in the back there, which is pretty sweet.
What cool gifts did you give this year?
I gave an air fryer. I gave a tablet S7 to my mom. I got my old lady a couple of Coach purses. I got my brother a Woozer, which is something we could talk about a little later, and some free spot there. I'll give you guys a little rundown on that. That thing is actually pretty sweet. God, what else? Ninja blenders. I stimulated Ninja, the company, and all their cooking appliance stuff. So
right, you were saying Ninja air fryer, Ninja blender, Ninja pans, right?
Yes. I got the old lady some sweet daddy pans. We haven't even opened them yet, but a lot of domesticated product this year.
Word. Yeah, I got my girlfriend a Christmas tree. She didn't have like a big. She only had like a little like tabletop Christmas tree, and she wanted like this like I guess like it's like an alpine tree. It's got like a really tall, like base, like so the branches start really high up off the ground. That way the cats can't fuck with it.
Oh, nice.
And it kind of like it's like kind of like skinny and tall, so it kind of looks like a Grinch tree, almost a little bit. Yeah, definitely was cool. And then
that's
it's her
awesome.
birthday today, actually. So,
happy birthday!
Yeah, so she's one of those people whose birthday is basically like right on Christmas. Might as well be.
That's cool.
So I got her some other stuff for her birthday as well. She wanted like how Rihanna has that line of like beauty stuff. She wanted this like I don't know like box from the Rihanna line. I don't know, some Christmas box that they were doing, some limited edition thing. So, got her that as well. And,
sweet.
Yeah. Anybody else give anything cool?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
No, not really.
No homemade gifts.
I got my parents a like a dinner at their favorite restaurant, like a gift card to go get dinner. I mean, that's about it.
Yeah. So on about
John's looking good.
Yeah. John's looking.
I want that to be John's picture, so we'll have to go back and steal that. I want that to be his thing, his logo.
Yes. So as I tapped on earlier, the Steam Summer Sale was started. The Steam Winter Sale. I wish it was summer, but it's sadly winter. So,
yep.
Did any of you pick up any games? Any games from the Winter Sale?
I actually did one. Go ahead, John.
I picked up Borderlands 3 because I was excited, thinking it was gonna be free on Epic Games.
Mm-hmm.
And it just ended up being on sale, so I said, why not just pick it up?
True.
Yeah. What about you, Phil?
The only game I picked up was Portal 2, and it was just on sale for $1.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Luke? Anything?
I actually didn't buy any games during the Steam sale. I recently got hooked up with a couple games from Keymailer, though, a couple new things. Got hooked up with RoboSkate, got hooked up with Calico, which is like a day in the life sim about running a cat cafe. Got hooked up with a couple of others. I'm trying to think off the top of my head right now. There's this one called like 80s Overdrive. I don't know, a couple games added to my Steam library, but actually didn't.
I want to hear more about that one at some point.
Which one? 80s Overdrive or whatever?
80s Overdrive.
Here, let me real quick actually just like double check the name on that.
Because it's the 80s and it sounds awesome.
80s does sound pretty awesome, to be fair.
They were.
Yeah, it's called 80s Overdrive, and it kind of looks at a glance, because I haven't actually played that one yet. At a glance, it kind of looks like Outrun, for the Sega Genesis.
Yes.
But like a lot more neon, like a lot more like cyberpunk color palette, with the pinks and the oranges and the teals and stuff. Scar.
No! And your card come back. Yo, that shit was so fun.
It's got positive reviews. It's actually on sale as part of the winter sale right now. It's 50% off for only $5. So
wow, not bad.
Yeah,
not bad. So what about you, Mark? Did you get any games?
I did pick up Postal 2 because you guys said it was fun and ridiculous to play. So we have yet to sit down as a group and play it, but
Yes.
I picked that up under heavy pressure. No, I'm just picked that up. But I've been trying to catch back up a little bit, so I've been trying to divide my hours between Cyberpunk and Cold War.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like old school shooters for $1. You can't go wrong. It's endless fun.
True.
Anybody really. There's cool multi for it.
Oh, Phil's mic.
Sponsored by HyperX.
Yeah, but no, what he said though, it's on sale for $1. Endless fun. Especially with the multiplayer mod. I think.
Yeah, I mean it's a first-person story shooter with little jokes what are like kind of inappropriate and kind of like if it was in the game nowadays, maybe it wouldn't make it past. But
it's very inappropriate. It was definitely. I'm pretty sure the original PC release for it was pre Grand Theft Auto 3, and it was one of those first like risque kind of games. To like in the open world kind of regard. You know.
But yeah, we definitely need to download that multiplayer mod. All play it together because that multiplayer mod's pretty sick. And I do think it will support us all. To be fair, I don't think there's a maximum amount of players on it, so.
I think you can set the max, like when you set
Yeah. So I mean, the Steam Summer Sale's been pretty good though. A lot of games on sale. All the Borderlands series, like the big series have been on sale, and like the small titles as well. They've been like rising because they've gone cheap.
I think Epic was having a sale too. And then a lot of people have that $10 off like Epic coupon.
Yeah.
So like for example, I know my cousin Mike was looking at Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, which is normally $40 down to $30, and then with that $10 off coupon that everybody just should have got with the free games they were giving out, brings it down from 30 to 20. So you're looking at 50% off of that game basically now.
That might make me want to buy it actually if it's that cheap. Wow.
Yeah. Don't forget to use code Luke Thomas NY.
True.
When you pick
Thomas
it up.
NY.
We need to have it flashing below. we need a scroller across that.
If you go into any stream, Luke might have mentioned that he's got to support a credit code at least once.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
No.
Easily.
And people still forget to use it. What a shame.
Hey, I used it. I used it the other day.
Thank you, Marky.
You're welcome. I've used that a bunch of times for you. Got to hold down the local crew, right? Red Gang.
Red Gang.
Red Gang.
Oh, days.
Dropping it.
Sorry.
Speaking of Grand Theft Auto, that's something we touched on last week. Are we done talking about the winter sale?
Yeah, the winter sale. Yeah.
Everyone good on that?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So I know we got some other stuff here on the list to talk about. One thing that's not on the list is Grand Theft Auto. We talked about it last week though, and I figured you play any more of that, Mark?
5M, little 5M jam. Yeah, actually, I've been doing Cops and Robbers.
Ooh.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that. What server are you going to specifically? You know the name of it?
I am going to give me a second. I'll actually pull it right up here. I've only I've done about 3 matches because I'm kind of newer to 5M. But 5M, simply this server, you're just simply cops and robbers. You're in your car, you cycle a vehicle, the vehicle comes up. You can paint you can do some paint mods and stuff like that, but it's pretty minimalized. We jam on, if you give me hopefully a couple seconds here. under It's Busted. Busted 2 EA, I think, or what is it? Busted 2 NA. Busted 2 NA is where we're at, and I've put in, I don't know, like in the two times I've played, I've probably been 3, 4, 5 hours or so into the game, which I think it's hilarious, man. And when you get a group of people that are just simply messing around and it's not super restricted and things like that, like they get mad if you ram each other. So the whole premise is you and a bunch of cops chase down your homie, or you chase down the robber through the entire map. And it's been a lot of snow, and a lot of the cruisers are rear wheel drive. So driving it or trying to take corners, your car's like,
oh no! So they have the snow enabled, like from when it's Christmas time and stuff. Like,
yeah, and from what I hear, based on where that server is located, they actually do the weather based on that, which is kind of cool.
Nice.
Kind of interesting, but it's a shitload of fun, man. Like I lost myself in it. We just kept chasing. I finally won one. I was playing against some very seasoned individuals, so I finally got away as the robber. I had this thing where I kept flying into the water, like they'd like 30, not even 30 seconds in, they'd hit me, and for whatever reason, I was near a pond. And then you just drowned, and I
wasted,
and I'm like, what? The water's going. Well, the first one I pulled, like the first, because I didn't know what car to pick, because obviously they're not named, Ford, Mazda, Jeep, whatever. They are literally labeled all these weird things. I pulled up this fucking scooter, and in the snow, and my guy's like,
oh yeah, I forgot there's snowing in the powder right now.
They just murdered me. But I will tell you, if you get an opportunity to play it, it's definitely a whole bunch of fun.
Yeah, we probably need to check that out.
Yeah, it's been a while since we hopped on 5M.
Yeah,
you got to bring Red Gang into Cops and Robbers.
Yeah, because I got kicked. I got banned because we were playing around in that opening. And I just got straight banned.
Yeah, you accidentally punched him out in the face, and he's like, "You're done."
Oh my!
Yeah. I heard. Apparently, I punched him so hard he really felt it.
Honestly, that was some good times.
Oh God. He was in my way. I don't know what to tell
you. So a game like GTA, Cyberpunk, Luke's been playing it all week again. You want to tell us about
that? Well, so, in the news was the update for 1.06, amongst other things. I don't want to talk really about the lawsuits and the negative news. But Hotfix 1.06 for PC addressed the save file issue, save file size issue, where if your size of your save file exceeded 8 megabytes before, it would permanently corrupt in an unrecoverable way. But now, thanks to 1.06, you should be fine if that happens. Now, it's my understanding that the only reason people's file size for their save was reaching 8 megabytes or greater is because they were using an exploit to duplicate items to kind of like sell infinitely. So as long as you weren't duplicating items, I'm pretty sure you were safe for the most part anyways. But it's good to have that peace of mind, that your save file won't be permanently corrupted now.
Totally agree.
Especially since I have played a shitload of it. I just actually wrapped up the game, basically. I'm pretty much completely done playing it. I probably won't go back until the next major update to see if they fixed a couple of quests that are completely broken for me because of bugs. There's one police scanner mission I can't finish because of a bug, and one gig that I can't finish because of a bug. And I guess at least the gig is a pretty common thing. So I'm hoping that, they fix that, and then I'll probably go back and replay a little bit more. But after 99 hours and, playing through to 3 different endings, and basically 100%ing everything else, I bought every car, did every side mission. I'm pretty much done with the game. And it was really solid. I had a really great time with it. But I don't think I'll be picking it up again for a while, at least until, they fix those bugs. What about you, Mark? You've been playing it.
I love it, man. Like, I have a lot of fun, and as I was telling you earlier, I just randomly sit down and play it. So for me, that's a lot. If a game really pulls me back in, they fixed a bunch of the tearing that I complained about before. So the game is considerably smoother, cleaner, tighter. I love riding around on the motorcycle. Because I got the motorcycle. The motorcycle's the shit. I wish the cars in 5M handled like that bike in Cyberpunk. Because
The bikes are nice.
the bikes are way nice. But other than that, the game's a lot cleaner. The game smoother, loads faster. I don't feel like it's messing with with my experience as much. I did run into that wall though, that imaginary wall that didn't exist because I was rolling up on a mission. And it was literally, as you said, like I went and did the mission, it cleared, and then it allowed me to go there. But that was kind of a pain in the ass because like I was in the middle of doing something, and then it literally wouldn't let me go, and then trapped my bike.
Yeah,
So I had to get.
In the city, they're pretty good about it because they'll usually put a mission where there's only like one road leading up to it, and you'll kind of like pull up, hop off your bike, and kind of walk up to the mission. But especially in the desert area, I felt like was where it was happening to me more often. Is like I'd kind of like be driving up, and there's kind of like this invisible wall circle around the whole mission point, like in the desert, so you just pull up and boom, you just hit this wall on your bike.
Yeah, that's kind of a pain. And the other thing that, like, just for viewers, if they do end up watching this, and for any reason you're breaking a window and you go to jump through that window, make sure you blow out all the glass, and make sure that you don't get hurt going into the window. If you do and you teleport 1,000 miles in the other direction, just know that it happened to me too.
John, if you can hear us right now, John was saying that his buddy Nate was actually like messing around with that glitch on purpose, like the window toss kind of glitch, where if he was saying that when the windows break, there's like one of like 3 or 4 patterns that the glass can break in. John, you're here now, right?
Hi.
I'm here.
Yeah,
There
do you want
he
to tell us
is.
about the window toss glitch a little bit more in depth?
Oh, there's Nate.
Oh yeah, so
There's Nate himself.
There's Nate.
it's in there.
Hi, Nate.
Yeah.
Hey Nate, we're talking about you.
Bye, Nate. Nice to see you.
Yeah, so like if you leave like a little bit of glass, when you break the glass in the game, you can break it in chunks around the frame. And if you leave too much on the bottom, before you couldn't really get over it. And if you break it just enough, you can kind of get over it. And then as you're jumping over, it throws you back about 300 meters.
It'll chuck you.
Yeah, it'll throw you.
It will.
Like you'll be safe. You won't die, but it'll throw you.
Yeah.
Shit was funny.
I also found another glitch when we're on the subject of like kind of like running against walls. There are certain like walls where if you're running against it like in just the right way, you'll actually start running faster than cars go down the street. And so
That's crazy.
Super speed.
yeah, you'll get going like supersonic,
Too funny.
You're like the guy in
It
that.
is.
What's that TV show?
I don't know.
The Boys.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the boys.
I haven't watched it at all.
It's
No.
absolutely an amazing show.
I've
Amazing
heard
show.
good things.
Word.
Anything? Got anybody? Cyberpunk.
No, I don't
You
think
played
so.
it more, Zach. You were the one who was most hyped about
Yeah,
it. What
but
happened to that?
the thing is, it just runs terribly on my PC half of the time. So it's just like really off-putting. I just can't be bothered because my game's crashed twice now,
Yeah.
and it's just like I can't get past the crash for no reason. It just randomly crashes, and it's like having to load the game up again. It's just like effort, and I really cannot be bothered. So
Maybe
I
once they fix it or whatever.
exactly,
A little bit
yeah.
more.
A
Well,
little better optimization
yeah. Hopefully,
would be helpful.
it really would. Hey,
Powercast.
there's the Powercast
Powercast
stickers.
stickers available now.
So all the
Get 'em.
all the YouTube viewers and the Twitch viewers, you just saw the Powercast sticker.
Yeah, buddy.
An exclusive.
See him
Yeah.
around.
We,
Maybe at like Taco Bell or some places like that. You never know. Just scan it. Take it right to the podcast. Look at them.
Yeah.
Stickers. They're beautiful. Stickers.
I'm gonna slap you in the face in the camera there.
mine are
Make it
currently
rain.
still in the post. Gotta wait.
Nice. Get your sticker today.
Post
Yes.
means mail for our English listeners and viewers.
Okay, dude. Just
They should
because
be
I
good
drink
this
my
week, though.
tea like this.
There's no post
Excellent.
on Sundays.
No post on Sundays.
That's a lie. We do get posts on Sundays, I think.
Not here.
Weird. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Okay. I do not have
Yeah,
like a
but
swiggle on my head.
Hopefully we'll start doing some more merch too. Maybe some shirts or something. Hoodie.
I've got the shirt set up on the. So if you go on the YouTube, there's a link down to the shirts.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, she's in the Streamlabs thing, or is it Stream? I think it's Stream Elements.
Why don't you drop in the general as well?
Yeah, we'll do it at some point.
Yeah.
I just want to get them final because I have to up level the stuff and I'm gonna get it final so it looks a lot better before I post it everywhere. But other big news for this week, the biggest thing, the update's massive, is Escape from Tarkov. It got a complete new update, 12.8 I think it's called, and it got wiped. So everyone's stuff is back to what it was at launch.
Yep, everybody loves the white time, man. It's
I
time to
love
start
it.
grinding. The game gets sweaty.
Yeah, you die
That
every 5
game
seconds.
gets sweaty.
Legit.
No.
Dude,
Now, I haven't played that game, so why don't you guys break it down for
I'll
anybody
let
that
Zach
hasn't?
do it
Alright,
because
so-
my mic cuts out. So
Yeah, so Escape from Tarkov, it's a simple risk for reward game. So you go in with a bunch of loot, what you either have at the start of the game or you've earned from playing the game, and you either look for loot or kill people and take their loot and try to what's the word, evac?
yeah, escape
Escape,
from
yeah,
the
exfil.
thing. But the thing is it's like a simulator, so there's no map. You have no sense of direction. You have to know where you are basically by like buildings, stuff like that.
Yeah, you
It
got
doesn't tell you,
memory.
hey, escape right here. You have to find the escape point.
Exactly. And yeah, it's all about risk and reward because there isn't really like a final objective. It's just more about when do you feel like you've got enough, really.
Well, there are
There
are
are- yeah,
objectives you can
there's
do. There are
tasks.
missions.
Yeah.
Tasks.
There's not like one like final one. It's like the game never really ends. It's a multiplayer only game. But it's really intense. If you've got a bunch
Cool.
of loot and you're trying to escape and someone's around the corner or something, you are absolutely shitting it because you don't want to lose all that loot.
2-3 bullets could wipe you out in that game. There's like endless amounts of ammo that you can choose for different weapons and stuff like that. Like you can do blackout rounds, hollow points, armor piercing, tracer rounds. It's pretty realistic.
That's fun.
Back to the no sense of direction part. They did add a compass, so you are able to tell like which direction you're going now.
There are also
But
maps
it
you can buy in the game.
Still doesn't help too much. Yeah, you can buy maps, but
Yeah, they're
that's something that
pretty
you bring
useless.
with you. If you die, you're gonna lose because
Yeah.
somebody's gonna steal that.
Yeah.
Those bastards.
Yeah,
But
this new update did bring a lot of new stuff.
a new pistol, a new shotgun, a new rifle.
Yeah, a bunch of new skills like crafting and hideout management. Which is
I
pretty
just
cool.
wish the game was on Steam because it's
Yeah.
it's such a pain in the ass to re-download. It's not on my computer right now, so I have to like figure out what my login information is and download the installer and this and that. And
Yeah.
Get with the program. Get on
You
Steam.
can,
for real though, or at least Epic Games or something. Like if
You
it's
can-
about 30%.
you
Upgrade
can,
your quality.
You can organize your inventory with clean inventory, but
Oh
is
yeah,
nice.
that's pretty
With
cool.
HyperX headphones.
That's the only thing
Exactly.
I do hate about the game is that it feels like you're in the menus for a lot longer than you are in the game. And the menus can be a bit like overwhelming because it's all about space management. So like if you buy the highest edition of the game, you get a more larger size of how much stuff you can hold. Like
You can upgrade it, but it just takes
yeah,
time.
it takes ages. So I mean,
And
if
does
you've got
that
the time to
reset
spend-
when the server wipes?
Yeah, so if you upgrade your backpack in game, it does wipe when it wipes. But if you buy the highest edition, you don't need to do that upgrade, and that doesn't wipe, of course, because you paid for it.
Now, can you pay real money to buy the backpack upgrade after you've bought the base version?
Yes,
Of the game?
you can upgrade your
Can you?
edition. I think there's 4 editions for the game, base and then some other ones.
That's not bad.
Yeah, but yeah, you can upgrade if you just want to try the
It's
game
type
out.
of-
If you just
yeah.
want to try the game out and then you're like, hey, this is gonna be great, upgrade.
One major thing to check for in the game now are PC blocks that spawn SSD and graphics cards. Gives you lots of money.
True.
I like lots
It's
of money.
something new in the game. Get you lots of rubles.
Rubles? Who
They
doesn't
can
like
spawn.
rubles?
It says here that SSDs can spawn. Where it goes? SSD can spawn various equipments, vest, backpacks, and PC blocks,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
A lot of quality of life upgrades as well. Wow. That's pretty cool.
For anybody checking it out, that was my girlfriend, Heather. She just ran out of the room. She's
Hi,
home from
Heather.
work. Everybody
Hello.
says hi.
But yeah, a
Yes.
lot of things changed. A lot of things.
Yeah.
Tarkov. I've had fun playing it recently. It's a game that you're really not gonna have a lot of fun in. But I like it.
Yeah.
If you do have it, if you log on right now, there is the Christmas bundle. You get a nice new gun and a ton of ammo and
And
ton of
grenades.
grenades. You can sell all the grenades almost for 100,000 rubles.
Yeah.
Which it's worth it. I would definitely go check that out.
What kind of gang symbols are you throwing right now? What?
Nothing. Nobody saw anything. There's nothing happening here.
I'm over here still eating Takis. I can't put
Oh,
down, man.
Takis.
I've never had a
Taki.
taki.
Me neither, actually. I live in the UK. I don't even think we have them. Which
We'll
is...
send you some.
Oh, yeah. Send them. Out
Airmail. Airmail Takis.
Airmail.
Yeah. Did you check the tracking number on your stickers?
No, I actually haven't. I need to at some point. I think it's still in New York right now.
So Call of Duty time?
Yeah, Call of
Right.
Duty time. Yeah.
Right now, we're doing a podcast.
No, I mean like we're all done talking about the Tarkov wipe, right?
Yeah.
Everybody good? Like all set on Tarkov talk?
Yeah. So the biggest thing about Call of Duty this week is, so there was a release of the 3 new weapons, but the only way you could unlock them was through Warzone like challenges, which the challenges were ridiculous and they took ages to do, right? And
I feel like it was more like a glitch.
it was a glitch and it was early, and there was no indication on them being in the game until someone unlocked them by chance from doing challenges.
What were the challenges? Like I know Phil kind of air quoted, and you said they were kind of hard challenges, right?
Yeah.
Well, I only
so-
said glitch because they're technically not in the game yet.
Yeah.
Weren't in the game yet. They weren't supposed to be in the game yet.
Exactly. So
what did the steps kind of entail though? Like what was the process like?
So for the melee weapons, I think it was get 3 3 melee kills in a game, 10 times for the katana and 15 times for the sledgehammer.
Wow.
Which was ridiculous because
I want the katana.
Because I think it was get 3 kills without dying, because when you die, you die. So really, not depends. But it was get 3.
So they say. I'm just throwing it out
actually,
there.
no, I don't even think it was that. I think it was get 2 double kills. You get a double kill with a melee weapon. So you gotta get a kill and then a kill. Yeah. And then for the shotgun, it was get 3 shotgun kills in a game. I think it was like 15 times. So they were kind of ridiculous. They took time, and you could only unlock them in Warzone. And then if you unlock them in Warzone, you would take them over to Cold War. But from today, I think it was actually earlier this week, they removed the weapons, the challenges you can't do anymore, and if you had the weapons or you unlocked anything for them, they've been taken away from you. So people grinding for Dark Matter, we don't know if you're going to keep Dark Matter yet, or they're going to take that away from you, because it's early.
What was it? Was it just OP?
No, it's just that the weapons weren't meant to be out yet, and the only way you could unlock them was through Warzone, so I guess people thought it was unfair.
Sure, a lot of complaints, I'm assuming.
Yeah, the only way you can currently use the weapons is if you already had them and they're in your creator class. So they're still in the game, they can still be used, but if they're in your you gotta have them in your creator class, and you can't edit them at all, or it just removes it from your creator class.
Interesting. Does anybody here have any of those unlocked?
No,
I didn't do it.
Negative.
I could not be bothered to grind for it.
Your katana would be cool, but yeah, I didn't do it.
True. They're probably the challenges for the PC, like the multiplayer is going to be a lot easier.
Yeah, definitely doing it in multiplayer.
Yeah.
Warzone's got to be a pain.
It
Yeah,
really
for
does.
sure. Like if you have to get you got to get double kill with stabbing. Jesus.
What?
I'm not the greatest at Warzone, right? I'm a multiplayer run and gun, shoot you in your face, and I'm laughing giddy, and that's all great. But to do that stuff while in Warzone, it's
Yeah.
without getting
Yeah.
sniped.
The way
Trying to knife somebody in Warzone? Yeah, no thank you.
the ways what people was doing it was waiting for the AFK people at the end. So they was landing down with the AFK people.
Jesus. I mean, talk about right place, right time. Like that sounds like a lot of sequencing that has to occur for you to even get the opportunity to have won, though.
Yeah.
Oh, got on drinking my cup.
Seems like a bad choice. I got to be honest. To give people shit and then take it away. I don't know.
Kind of sucks.
Yo, Mark, are you selling hot dogs over there?
I am.
I saw
am.
Luke laughing.
They're
I'm
on.
like, what
They're
are you laughing at right now?
they're on sale today. Get yours. I'm giving them out for
Sounds good, yeah,
five
next time.
five bones. Five
Steve Brown,
bones.
went and got my package for me. Thanks, John.
yes, I am.
Yeah, I'm just waiting.
Oh,
for you
I
to-
played as far as Call of Duty, I played Prop Hunt for the first time over this last week.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
That is surprising.
Prop Hunt's pretty fun. Yeah, who just whistled? What was that?
Me.
It was the prop bet. It's the helmet. Yeah, no,
Helmets?
Prop Hunt was pretty cool. Mark, you ever played Prop
Oh
Hunt?
no! There goes the
Yes,
heart.
yes. I
Everybody
play with
here has played
these
it with me.
fuckers. Yeah, I played it with these fuckers, and it was a blast. When I was the telephone booth, that was the best one. But
That was your first one.
yeah, that was fun. Like they didn't find me for shit, but I'm still kind of learning what you turn into or like what items you get rendered as.
Yeah, it's
So
hard to know
that's-
what to look for. Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
it's
or
all
like, do you pick because you can switch it once or twice. You can
3
change.
times. You get 3 switches.
Is
Oh,
it
you get 3. That's
Yeah.
cool. I thought it was like 2 or whatever. But you
That's
switch,
weird.
and then you're like, how random is this object, or am I going to be able to put this? Am I going to be able to find a hiding spot quick enough?
Yeah,
The
you
bigger
never
maps-
know.
Yeah, you're like, am I a box? But is that like the weird thing because there's a bunch of oil bins, or are you an oil bin near a bunch of boxes, and just
Mhm.
trying to set yourself up so you can't. I think they got to do something with the whistling. You know what I mean? Like when they're closer to you, it's got to be like a lighter whistle or something, because like whistling at the
Okay.
same volume when they're standing
Yeah.
right next to you, like it doesn't give you an opportunity to hide well. So like you can just get murked real quick, and you're only going to run so far when they're kind of
I don't-
finding where you're at.
I don't necessarily really have a problem with the whistle. I feel like the whistle's fine. It just, I don't know. When you're closer to it, it's louder.
Yeah,
That's
if
how
they're
it's
further
like-
away, it is quieter. If they're closer,
then
it's
it's
louder.
Sure. But if you're
Yeah.
right on top, if like people are right on top of the object, I just think it would make it a little bit more difficult to find the object, and it should be a little bit more difficult to find the object. But
Right.
that's just my personal opinion.
I've sometimes been right on top of the whistle though, and still don't know what the fuck I'm looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
You're like, oh.
Yeah,
And, the
shoot-
fact that and it only does it every 30 seconds too. I mean, as soon as it goes off, they're like, "Oh, okay, I heard it, but where is it?" You know?
True.
yeah,
Sure.
it's every 30 seconds, and it's only 2.5 minutes, right, or something like that per. So it only goes
Something
off
like that, 2 or 3
times.
minutes a game.
Yeah, it only goes off like 4 or 5 times in a whole game.
Yeah.
Definitely, if you got a whole team, that's the way to go. Track them
Mhm.
down.
True.
Playing
Oh,
with randos is hard.
honestly,
You can
it
get
is
pretty crafty though with your spots to hide.
true.
Yo, when you were in the box and you were up on that thing, I didn't think they were gonna find you, man. I didn't think they were gonna find you, but they smoked you. They were like, that thing ain't there. Well, because you know, there's the assholes who's like have that whole map memorized. That
Sure.
barrel's out of place.
Yep.
Fuck you.
Real quick in the Twitch chat, we got a Star Wars bad pun said, "Why did Darth Vader's suit smell so bad?"
Why?
I guess he Mustafa-arded.
Bam bam.
That wasn't funny.
I hate it.
Dad jokes.
True.
Dad jokes.
Yeah, this is our first time streaming on Twitch for our podcast,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool. So you can actually
Little
watch
golf
it
clap?
live, and you'll be able to get it, first serve,
You know, did
first.
you guys know that it
You know,
doesn't
get
break
first.
the server?
Powercast.
If you say
Instead of hundreds, they're Powercast stickers.
What was that, John?
I said it doesn't break TOS if you just say
Yeah,
simp,
that's
simp,
what I
simp,
wanted
simp,
to
simp,
see.
simp, 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 simp,
Oh,
simp.
they're all over the place.
True.
As long as you're not
Uh,
bullying anybody. Pokimane taught me that.
True. I saw that. I saw.
He said
Pokemans.
Pokemans.
Pokemans. This man's over here said Pokemans.
So since
Pokemans.
since it-
Pokemans.
oh yeah, but there's been a lot of Pokemon stuff, hasn't there, recently this month, hasn't it?
Oh
Wait,
so
just on a side note,
Yes.
have you guys ever watched that dude open up the packs?
Oh, the Pokemon
Yeah.
packs. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Pokemon
Which
packs?
dude?
There's a
Like
bunch
he's
of people out
super professional and he's got like the glowing shit behind him and he's like, today we're gonna open up the
I know
most
what you're talking
amazing
about.
magnificent pack. Yo, that dude pulls like cards for real. Like
Oh, yeah.
Probably way.
I'm not a huge Pokemon fan, but I can appreciate it for what it did and what it was and what it still is to this day. And I'm a Marvel card collector, so I get it. But $500,000 card, $100,000 cards, like this guy's got to be wealthier than shit. And he's buying these boxes, I guess, off of eBay, like
Oh,
never been opened boxes or whatever, bidding on them.
$500 a piece, basically.
And then he sends them off for grading. Well, what's cool is he sends them off for grading, and then people check it back out. Like then he gets them back, and then he shows you what it ends up being graded and shit.
Mhm.
And that guy's got to have
It was a little.
a couple
Especially when he
million
finds those
bucks.
errors. He finds like
Didn't-
the shadowless cards and
I f-
stuff.
Yeah, I feel like we're in the wrong business. I
You
feel like
gotta
we're
start
in
opening cards.
just got to
Did
start
I
ripping
got
up old.
to Pokemon
I got
cards.
a lot of my old Pokemon cards still.
They did recently do a new pack series, and that's why Pokemon cards are coming back right now. One of the pack series evolutions, I think it was called or something,
Yeah.
has the original printed 1999 styled cards. So they have the original Holo Charizard remade in a new pack limited edition. Those are equal value to the OG cards right now. So like
That's cool.
the new Holo Charizard is
I could
pretty
show
much
you them
about
right now. I
$100
have
off.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Phil does have a good little collection there. He's shown me before.
I'll go get them.
But yeah, Pokemon cards are definitely on the rise right now. If you can get your hands on a brand new Kadabra, do it because the artist, Alakazam, because the artist who drew it got in trouble in like 2005 because there's a magician with a very similar name to Alakazam. And so they sued him and they said you can't use it on cards anymore. So recently they've allowed him to be back on cards.
Damn, that would be one to steal.
Yep, since 2005 they haven't had.
Is that
Alakazam
not
cards.
in a sleeve? That better be in a sleeve.
Sadly, it's not.
I just took it out.
What the fuck? I already bending it and trying to get it back in there. You need to put that in a hard sleeve.
Looking it up, Luke?
Come on. Why is it?
Looking what up?
The card
You
value.
do? You got a nice little
Yeah, the
couple
Charizard.
Charizards.
Yeah,
Who's on the bottom there? Who do you got on the bottom row? The doubles.
Machamp.
Machamp.
Machamp. So one of mine, actually, since we're talking about cards here.
I think my mom threw out actually a big stack of like holographic cards because she didn't, didn't know these from those, and they were just kind of making a mess, cluttering the house. And when she was cleaning up, she threw away a big stack of like junk cards, like energies and stuff, that were worth like nothing, but also like a stack of my holographic rare cards. So like I don't have any of my childhood Pokemon stuff. Look at that. You got the Holo
two reverse
Charmander.
holos on that.
Yeah.
It's reverse holo.
Yeah. And then if you go behind the cards, actually.
You cut out hard. I'll wait till P's done.
And then so he has a standard holo Charizard and then a reverse holo Charizard right on the backside of it.
Wow.
That's cool.
Dude, you got like a full kit.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I got almost a full set of holos and reverse holos for Pokemon evolutions.
That you're holding money right there. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, you got a couple,
a whole-
$2-3.
Whole binder of them.
You should send them for grading.
It costs
Yeah,
too
for
much
real.
to get them graded. Then I'll
Fuck
probably
that.
never get off of them.
It costs too much to make more money. I've never heard that before.
Yeah, to sit on it to somebody that's actually gonna buy that card for that money, it might be sitting on it for so long, probably. for the amount it
You'd be
costs to get it
surprised.
graded.
There's a decent
Well,
amount of circulation too, from what I understand of Charizards and stuff. Like you know what I'm saying. Maybe get it graded as they get more rare and more valuable. Still, you know.
Yeah, I
For
just
sure.
Like I said, they
don't know.
just re-released them. When
Mhm.
they
So-
since they re-released them, the price did drop on both sets, but everything's kind of flatlined.
So what I was holding up is a Series 1 Marvel Spider-Man hologram, which is pretty cool. It's Spider-Man and Green Goblin.
Wow.
The
Sick.
camera's
So-
not picking it up super well. I can
Yeah.
kind of see it.
I'm waiting for somebody to hold up the Blue Eyes White Dragon.
So this one. It's not worth a ton of money, but I'm hoping that one day it actually. I remember when I saw this sitting in the card shop, and this was like 1990 or 1991 that I saw this sitting in the card shop, and I was like one of the have-to-haves. But I've got like all the Series 3. I've got a couple Series 2. I've got a couple Series 1. Marvel was always kind of my thing, and like P Gersey's got the whole binder and whatnot. I got mine.
Yeah. Oh,
Couple-
Oh,
Just
shit.
dropped
Couple
that
cards. Those are my loose doubles. Those just hit the floor. Those are doubles. I got so many.
doubles hit the floor.
Let the doubles hit the floor. But I got a
Yeah,
bunch
I
of
got
old
another,
collectibles.
There was Evolutions, and I don't remember if the set was after Evolutions, but I got that set too.
Champion's Path.
Yeah, I pretty much have them like a full set of those two, same as the Evolutions.
Yeah, it was Evolutions XY, and then Champion's Path, and then something Ice for the new series, the Sword
Yeah,
and Shield series.
I fell off after the Sword and Shield.
Sword and Shield. That's the ones Raiden likes. My son likes to collect.
Hey,
So he's got
Hey,
a
babe.
bunch of different.
Those are still
Different
worth
ones.
money. Pokemon cards surprisingly have, I can't say surprisingly, definitely have held value throughout the years.
True.
On the subject of Pokemon and the subject of gaming, one thing I'm excited about in the future here is the new Pokemon Snap.
Mm.
They announced it a little while back. And they haven't really talked about it much. So I know that there's probably been some development struggles with that, with COVID and everything. But Pokemon Snap for the N64 is definitely a classic, and I definitely would play the new one on Switch. I definitely will when they release it.
Especially with
talking
like
about
the movement
Oh
controls.
yeah. I don't even know if I'll use that, but like that is nice. Like I guess to even because you could use the Pro controller and do it on the TV like that still.
Yep.
So yeah, in theory, I don't know. I'll have to see how that feels.
I definitely agree with you. I think it's the right time for them to release it. With like the Wii and the Wii U, I felt like if they were going to release
Do
it, then it would
it!
be like a Wii or like a Gear type thing, one of those really small $2 games that they made.
Mhm.
And so I'm really glad that they're doing it for the Switch, where a lot of games have been getting a lot of love for a remake. Or
Has more
Wow.
potential on the Switch than it ever would have on the Wii U for sure.
Time out, Zach. Why you drink like that?
Why do I drink like a British?
Like I'm British.
I'm joking. I don't drink like that. It's all an act. All an act.
Too funny.
Anything else Pokemon going on? Some new cards, new games in the works behind the scenes.
they did
Pokemon Go Ice
their-
event right now.
they did their expansion or their DLC on Pokemon Sword and Shield recently. That was like earlier in December.
Mhm.
From what I know, I played the standard game Sword and Shield, but I didn't play any of the DLCs. From what people have been saying about the DLCs, they should have come with the game. It's a small add-on for like $25.
Yeah, the game, like people were saying, like I know the Pokédex was a little bare and stuff like that.
Yeah, they had like 300 Pokemon in the original Pokédex, and each DLC's added 100 or so, but it's still like 900 Pokemon in the roster, man. You gotta
Jesus.
start fresh or start moving things around.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. They could use a couple new characters or two.
They need something that's like really creative, because I feel like ever since like Black and White era, there's been a couple that are really good creative characters or great creative Pokemon. But then there's stuff like Garbodor, which is just a bag of garbage, or like Vanillite, which is a literal ice cream cone. Stuff like that.
They're running out of creative Pokemon here.
True.
I kind of miss the way that early Pokemon, the evolutions made sense, kind of versus Digimon. That's why I didn't get into Digimon, and now it's going back into that. They don't make sense. It's like a trash bag that turns into, and this isn't a real example, trash bag that turns into like a rhinoceros or something, and you're like, what?
What?
How?
How? This doesn't even. No.
2+2 don't ain't 4, bro.
Not in Pokemon
So-
lore.
Oh, Pokemon. Well, they should make one that's a KFC console.
Oh yeah.
Segway.
Oh my god!
Hey.
Moving on to something else. How crazy!
You know what's even crazier? Our segue to today's sponsor, the KFC.
You know what's even crazier? Being able to eat chicken. Oh wait a minute. You can right out of the console.
So did you guys see the actual like landing page, like the website, like that's put up for it by Cooler Master right now?
Yeah.
No,
I'm
bring it up
looking-
right now.
I've been
Yeah.
reading it on Forbes.
Yeah,
Pretty
so
interesting.
Cooler Master put up like an actual like full blown like like product landing page. It doesn't talk about a price, it doesn't talk about a release date. But they're talking about 4K gaming. It supports up to 240 hertz output. With like
Oh my
HDMI, whatever.
Yeah.
2.1
It really
or
looks
whatever
like an
it is.
air fryer.
It does.
And it does, yeah.
Drip
It's
down on it though, like.
I mean, your chicken from KFC shouldn't be greasy enough to drip. I feel like it should
True.
be crispier
Drip.
than that.
Plus, I think it has like
Drip,
I think it has like a tray underneath.
Yeah,
So-
it's like a warming tray, I'm pretty sure. So hopefully it catches all the crumbs and
Yeah.
any grease that would be dripping.
This is
Drip,
crazy.
drip.
So
Got that KFC drip.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you can't get a PlayStation 5 or a Xbox Series, a stupid name.
Oh,
Um,
it seems more like a PC,
Yes.
based on what they're talking about. It
Well-
might run some kind of like Linux or something. Like it might be like basically like borderline like Linux Steam machine. Like to kind of keep down the cost and to like make it more like they can kind of then make it more like a game console OS on the front end.
Can I interject there, Lucas?
Yeah. Sure,
From
sure.
from what I see here from Forbes is the Intel NUC 9 Extreme with an i9-9980HK.
999.
9999.
Yeah, so
No, the
I can-
9980HK processor. That's what they're saying is going to run the 4K
so what you're
at
actually looking
240.
at there, that's actually the whole computer itself. That's like got the operating system, it's got the USBs, it's got the CPU and all the stuff a PC would have pretty much. But it's more like a
Mhm.
laptop / PC.
The thing is, though, Linux can run on a 9.9. Like, there's
Yeah.
nothing.
For,
saying-
oh well, yeah. For you could put it on anything,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I don't.
and- I mean, even the PS4 is like based off of what is it, FreeBSD, which is like
Mhm.
Linux based or something. So
Yeah. And
Any release date?
no, not yet.
No, they just say it's an actual thing. It's happened apparently.
Yeah, I mean,
The KF console is real, and it's an actual thing that's happening apparently.
that's
see.
the weird thing. Well, they do show a graphics card being in there, and what it looks like from the graphics card standpoint, it looks like a 30, like the 30 series, 3000 series.
They were saying it's going to be something like the 30 series.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, and like the if you there's a diagram on it, and it shows you the inside. And,
They better have some for real cooling. They're gonna try to put a 30 series in that thing in the air fryer. You better
nah,
do
no, they're
something.
using
guess
the
the
heat from the
cooling-
computer.
yeah, the cooling is like the transmission of the heat from the like GPU and CPU into the
The cold
into the
chicken.
warming tray. Yeah,
Yeah,
the cold
exactly.
chicken.
The cold chicken just sucks the heat out of it.
It just uses the heat.
You got your meat sink in there.
That's too
It's got that
funny.
meat stick
BRB.
technology.
Yo, but this is Luke. This goes back to our conversation about whether or not VR and console gaming. If console gaming is going to reach a plateau, and
Mhm.
I mean, obviously, this is the crossbreed right there. Giving you a little PC.
Crossbreed.
Mhm. I mean, the thing about your basically your current generation consoles even is that they're borderline PCs.
True.
Always before the PS4, like in the Xbox One, home consoles ran on like a Power PC architecture for the most part. With like when you look at the PS3 and the Xbox 360 and before, and then when you get into the One and the PS4, that's when everything starts to run on x86. So it basically is PC architecture.
Sure,
Even though
sure.
the GPU and CPU are like custom chips from AMD, you're basically looking at the language that it uses is the same as your Windows PC.
No, and I get that. Like, it's technicality wise, like I get it technically, but I'm just saying this is a kind of a nice sidestep from where I told you, like the PlayStation coming out less powerful than the Xbox just seemed like a total mistake to me. And then, a lot of everything, PCs provide significantly more power. You got, you've got a lot more options and availability, which, I've kind of always been a little biased to PC gaming. That's what I, other than the Sega and the Nintendo, but that's kind of immediately where I transitioned to. But this is kind of a nice little addition, to the group of things.
I really am curious though, like what its game library is going to be. Is it going to be like full Steam, like Windows, or is it going to be an actual game console where like you have to like publish games then separately for this? Like then you got to worry about Cyberpunk releasing on 10 systems because it's got to come out on the KF console as well.
Yeah.
Like
sure.
Or
it's going to be Neo Geo's game release. Neo Geo was supposed to destroy Sega. They released like 8 games for it, and that was it. It's the new Neo Geo.
I have a feeling it'd be more like with that Steam machine like type thing. Type deal than
running PC games. That way it already has like a huge library that'll continue to grow.
Yeah, I can't see them.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, I can't imagine them putting an operating system, like its own separate operating system for it.
Yeah.
Well, and then being successful with it.
Yeah.
Right.
I could definitely see them making their own OS for it, but I do not see developers wanting even the option for another platform to make more games, like Luke was saying.
Oh, no,
I guess the thing would be, say they partner with like Epic, right? And instead of taking a 30% cut from publishers, or even they just copy that, idea of instead of taking a 30% cut, they only take a 10% cut. And all of a sudden, and say the specs are basically on point with a PS5 or a Series X, then I could see third parties, right? Like, why wouldn't EA, if it's basically running the same architecture, similar hardware, and the games are already designed to scale up or down depending on how powerful, of a system you're putting them on, then why not toss them on the KF console? And anybody who does buy it, you're just making an even larger cut.
Yeah.
So if I could see
as long as it's
the walled off ecosystem could be done right, and could like attract, publishing to it, but it would have to be done right for sure.
Oh, that's probably what some of their the delay is on the unit. You know what I mean? They've got to create partnerships. They got a network. Got to shake some hands, some developers. Got to talk to some people. What do you want to put on here? Do you want to join our crew? Shit like that. So, I mean, that's going to be interesting to see where they land. Like you said, Luke.
Well, what I was just thinking, what kind of confirms it's going to be like a Windows operating system, is that it's VR ready. And to be able
That was
to
something
run
that I was
VR on
thinking
PC, you're going to need the Oculus software or Steam itself for the Steam VR.
Microsoft Store, Windows VR stuff.
Yeah. Unless they're going to make their own separate VR with it. That's the only way I'm going to see it not running on it.
Neo Geo
right now that has a VR other than PC is PSVR right now.
For sure.
So
it wouldn't be compatible
I
with
don't think that was. Yeah, exactly. So it'd have to be Oculus or Index or something. I could see them partnering with Steam and literally making another Steam machine using this thing and having the Valve Index as like a staple point for it.
No, in the
That'd be
VR
sweet.
conversation, I think that something that gets skipped over a lot is the fact that like Lenovo and HP and Dell all make VR headsets too that are very comparable to like a first gen Oculus that are available for like similar price points.
Lenovo actually makes the Oculus Rift S.
Well, yeah, but they, I know for a while we're selling their own headset too. Like right at Best Buy, you could walk in and just buy the Lenovo VR headset.
The Lenovo version.
For Windows VR stuff. So like, I know like that gets glossed over a lot, but Microsoft is, fairly heavy already in the VR space. Without needing the Oculus App Store or anything like that. So
Word.
To the big bird.
So, Luke, you earlier when we was like, just in the Discord, you mentioned something about Nintendo eShop and lowering its prices.
Oh, no, they didn't lower prices. They increased the lowest price a game can sell for. So what publishers on the Switch were doing, right? There's like a million games on the Switch, and there's no real way to get your game like featured on like the Switch's like like list of games or whatever, like recommended games, unless you're in like the top sellers page, basically. And so what publishers would do to get to the top sellers page is they would put their game on sale from like, say, like, $5 down to like 1 penny, and like the lowest price they could set it to. And so, you'd have like this huge, like 1,000% boost in the number of people, buying the game that week.
Right.
And then once the game was in the top, top 10 or whatever on the recommended games, they would jack the price back up. And so Nintendo's taking steps it was like a loophole to get your game more exposure on the Switch eShop, basically. And so right now, I think there's like a couple games that are on sale for 99 cents because they were already, like the sales were already lined up before this announcement. But basically, Nintendo said that as of like whenever they said this, that no more games going forward would be allowed to, set up sales where the price would be lower than $1.99. So
those bastards taking my 99-cent games away.
Well, I mean, and it wasn't just 99 cents. It was, people would go like as low as like a penny, like I said, to really game the system. And it was like good for people who say got an eShop gift card, like a kid. You give your kid an eShop gift card, they got 35 cents left over. Normally you can't do anything with that, but over time, this game, that game goes on sale for a penny. You can kind of buff out your Switch's library with indie games that otherwise you wouldn't have played or heard of,
For sure.
And get people talking about them, playing them. And, it kind of sucks for publishers, but at the same time, Nintendo should, be making tools that makes it easier for them to get exposure, and they wouldn't have been taking advantage of loopholes like that in the first place, in my opinion.
For sure.
Yeah.
Take the loophole away,
Mhm.
More access.
Yeah, don't just take away the loophole, but provide something that in its place. Obviously it was filling a need. So I don't know.
Yeah.
So instead of 1 penny, you can get it for 2 pennies.
Oh my god, 2.
No, $2.
I was only,
So that's a huge increase. Like
that's 1,000% increase.
For a nickel.
yeah, all of a sudden going from somebody, like I said, having a few cents left on their eShop can pick up a game, all of a sudden to needing at least $2. So that $20 eShop gift card can now only buy you a maximum of 10 games versus like waiting for games to go on sale for a penny. Before it could have got you 2,000 games.
I need 200p for this game.
Okay, dude.
200 pence.
200 pence.
I love you, Zach.
200 Michael Pence.
Okay, it's just P. It's just P.
Just
Michael
pay.
Bennett.
Michael P.
Yes.
That's going to be my porn name.
Wait, so speaking of the eShop thing, so who's affected by that? Who here has a Switch? I got one, Mark's got one, John's got one, and then Phil, you had one, but you got rid of it.
Yeah,
Why'd you get...
like the dust.
Yeah, you weren't playing it enough. And then Zach, no interest, or just...
Mate, I would love to get one, but it's just one of those things what I'll touch like once or twice and then never touch again. Because I don't leave my house often, so it's like, why would I need a...
My
got a
kids
PlayStation Vita.
Yeah, I do. I also just have my phone, so I just play my PC on my phone nowadays.
True.
So,
what were you gonna say, Mark? Your kid, something?
My kid doesn't even really play it that much. He's more into like actually the real computer and stuff like that, which is kind of an interesting twist because we bought it for him thinking that he would love it, and he's also got a limited edition Pokemon or the Pikachu DS as well. Yeah. So he's got a DS. Yeah, he's got a DS. Yep, he's got a DS, and he's got a Switch, and I think Heather and I play that more than he does, actually.
Speaking of limited edition Pikachu, there was a yellow man on it.
Hold on, I want to make sure records there.
One more time. There was a
Game Boy Color in the Pokemon edition. Like old school one in the
one that was yellow.
Place.
Did you pick it up?
No, I was looking at it today. I was thinking about it, but
I
was like, dang, that'd be nice to have.
I got a collection of handheld systems. So I've got a bunch of 3DSs, the Vita, Game Boy Advance SP, Game Boy Color. I've got a DMG, like the fat gray Game Boy. You know,
The
I love all
original.
that shit. Yeah.
Give me some Tetris.
I love that shit. What I was going to say about the Vita actually though is Zach, is that surprisingly a lot of the games that you would want to play on the Switch, like there are almost exactly the same games or like versions of the same game or games in the same series on the Vita. Like a lot of the stuff, like for example, like say like Crash Racing. You know, you can play like the PSP Crash Racing game, or like I don't know, like Final Fantasy, you know, for example, you can play original Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 10 HD remake, stuff like that. And
Yeah.
it's like a lot of the stuff that you might want to play on the Switch, it's like the Vita can kind of play like a version of it, which is pretty, you know, interesting. It's like the Vita really to this day holds up pretty well. And on that subject, actually, did you guys hear the rumors about the Vita 5G or like the new like Sony PSP 5G?
They're gonna try it
Negative.
again.
Yeah, there's rumors that Sony may enter into the handheld gaming space again with like a 5G enabled handheld gaming device.
Wow.
I think it's cool, but I mean we've seen it before.
I'd really be interested to see it. I think the Vita was a little like you know, a little ahead of its time, not having an L2 and an R2, not having an L3 and an R3 with the clicking of the analog sticks. And I think the Switch really helped to nail down some of those things, like how to properly do second triggers on a slim device, how to properly do, you know, slim joysticks that, you know, can click still. And so I think, you know, like you're already seeing a lot of that same technology being reutilized in Chinese handhelds. Like the Retroid Pocket 2 uses the same trigger setup as the Switch. And then like all of the handhelds right now pretty much are using like Switch joysticks, like the RGP 351, and then the you know, the Retroid actually uses it as well. So if Sony basically copies the same style of like small joystick, like micro joysticks, and you know, similar L2 R2 switches on the back, you know, especially like Sony is gonna, you know, they're gonna crank up the power a little bit more. It could be end up being like that Alienware concept device, the UFO that was shown off. You know, that could like was like a more powerful Switch concept.
Yeah. No doubt in my mind it'd be a nice like handheld console, handheld system, but I just think the concept of like a 5G gaming game is kind of just like a failure.
Well, we're moving more and more toward like cloud gaming. You know, xCloud has you know, like making a big like, you know, amount of growth. Stadia is starting to catch on with like more intense games like Cyberpunk, and
It's like people already pay for so much, and then now they gotta pay for the system.
You should pay for a
You
new
know what I'm
mic.
saying?
yeah, you should pay for a new microphone.
You should buy one
Um,
for me, Zach.
But something like a PSP 5G, right? You could sign up for PlayStation Now, which on your PS5 and PS4 you can download the games locally that you can through PlayStation Now, and then on your PSP 5G you could stream all of your games that aren't, you know, supported like natively. So because I'm sure there will already be with like third parties releasing like a Switch version of a game, say something like Outer Worlds, major third party AAA game came out on, you know, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch, you know. And if it's something that ends up being more powerful than the Switch, kind of like right around the Xbox One and PS4 power level, then, you know, it should be no problem porting those same kinds of games to it, and they should look and run better than they do already on the Switch. But then through cloud gaming, you could basically have something that's as powerful or more powerful than a PS5, you know, right there in your hand. And if it's got fast enough connectivity with 5G and, you know, like latest Wi-Fi connections and stuff like that, then it should be no problem on the go to, you know, stream games at that quality as long as you've got enough data or Wi-Fi to support it.
True.
Word.
What I want to quickly mention, because maybe not everyone knows, but from the when this video uploads onto YouTube and everything, Epic Games is still giving out free games. There's currently 4 more I can confirm the names of, which is Stranded Deep, Solitaria or Solitariac, Torchlight 2, and Jurassic World Evolution.
That might
Jurassic
be fun.
World's the one I'm most excited
Probably
about.
might be the best one on that list.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm excited for
thinking.
Stranded Deep though. I'm excited for Stranded Deep.
Jurassic World is normally $45 on Steam. I think on sale for $450 right now. It's like 90% off. And then
Damn!
Stranded Deep. What's that one?
It's like a realistic survival game. So you know, like
Basically,
Forest.
just stranded in the water.
Yeah, exactly.
Forest. Oh, in the water?
Yes,
the forest, yeah, but in water.
Interesting.
No, it's no. So it's like the game. It's like the game The Forest, but more advanced and in the water.
In the water.
Okay.
You get chased by sharks and shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Seahorses.
Word.
The seahorses.
Oh, did you really just hit it? Did you hit Seahorse Sea Hell? Yeah.
I'm like, they're not my problem.
Oh my god.
We all
Great.
got the gaming chairs now that John's home.
Greatest.
I mean,
Oh.
yes. I mean, Mark kind of fills up the whole chair. Look at me, I can see the top.
Sorry,
He's leaning in. He's like,
I'm like, hey, what's up, babe? How you guys?
I'm saying you're really tall. Look, I'm literally like I'm like, look, I'm a midget.
Everybody.
Zach, I'm sorry, you're 2'3". I mean,
I'm the
like,
same height as Luke.
Zach-
Surprised? No, actually, I'm
Zach's
taller than Luke. I'm 5'8".
Don't front. Zach's
you are
is
not
honestly
5'8".
I'm
Zach's is just a high chair.
Yeah, it's a booster.
It's not.
Yeah,
just
because
jump
I
onto
can
the
tell what
chair.
5'8" is on your camera.
I'm 5'8".
John's the tallest
While we're
out
on
of
the
all of
subject
us.
of merch. Because I feel like we're getting close to wrapping
Maybe
this
you are
up here.
tall. Okay.
On
Alright,
the
maybe you are
subject
tall.
of merch, see this hoodie right here with my
Mhm.
emoji on it? You can buy this hoodie right now on LukeThomasNY.com. Go to LukeThomasNY.com and go to the merch section. You can pick up this same design on a t-shirt as well. So hoodies available, t-shirts available, and tank tops with the emoji available now as well.
Ooh,
And
I want to do
also-
one too. Wait, can I get in on that too?
Yeah.
This is Marky Freeway NY's logo. You can go to twitch.tv/Marky Freeway NY, and I've got links to sweatshirts, t-shirts, coffee mugs, all types of stuff. And you can do your holiday bundle. So there is a little bit of a holiday bundle that's going together. You can get yourself a hoodie and a coffee mug for like
Wow.
30 some odd bucks or something like that. So check it out, Marky Freeway. Woo!
Support a creator code /backtracks Luke Thomas and No, but if you're
No,
also
I plug
local
my
and you happen to catch us, out, ask us for one of these.
Yeah.
You see us out there.
Yeah, anybody local, I got stickers for you. If you want to hit me up, I got stickers.
I don't know.
Heck yeah.
I'm selling drugs. Wait, what?
And new merch
Nobody-
for Podcast Powercast is going to come out when
True.
Zach
Some-
decides to finish that up for us.
Yes, I need a fucking yum.
Yeah, yeah, I need one of them too.
John, anything you want to
I
cross
need two of them.
promote? Any product services?
Yeah.
I think we covered pretty much everything. We definitely ran, I think about an hour now,
Little over, I think, like an hour 10, an hour 20.
and I think we
Yeah.
definitely covered most of the stuff we wanted to get down.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
We did.
Word.
We covered.
Well, yeah, this has been episode 2 of the Powercast. The last episode for the year of 2020. The year that has felt like a decade is finally coming to an end.
Yes.
So thank you guys so much for joining us. We appreciate every single one of you listening, especially if you made it all the way to the end of our rambles at the end of this podcast here. We expect to have another 52 episodes coming at you in the year of 2021.
Whoa.
So we'll see you this time next year for episode 54.
I only had 13 in my contract.
Wait, well, yeah, I only have like 2 down in my like contract.
No, I'm telling you, by this time next year, mark my word, episode 54.
Okay,
Word.
Let's do it.
Word. Let's do it.
Yeah, wow, a lot of
Ladies
a lot
and
of-
gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, we
I'm
appreciate
going
you
back,
tuning in.
Follow everybody on Twitch and catch everybody's stream.
Yeah, make sure to follow the podcast account, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go live every single week if we try.
And I promise I'll keep my pants zipped up this time.
Keep the office door shut.
Yeah, yeah, my old lady walking around naked behind us.
Wow.
What? All right.
Will be in this
You
Yeah.
might have to edit that.
Actually,
might
did you
have to
see her?
edit that
Wait,
part out.
wait. Did you guys see her just peek in?
Yeah.
Hey.
I love.
Bye.
Bye.
She's like,
She's
All
behind
right.
the door like,
you.
What are they talking about in there? Why is his pants off?
So you're gonna be done after this podcast, and you go sit on the couch, and she's gonna be like, "What were you saying about me?"
No, she's not. She's not that type of cat.
Yo, how are your zipper undone? Huh?
Yeah.
I thought it was a podcast about gaming. Not OnlyFans.
Those sweet VR games.
Yeah.
All right, are we pretty much wrapped up? Do you want to?
Yeah, did we?
Yeah.
I mean, is already a point in there? You think you can cut it to, or should we?
We all just say
Yeah.
goodbye now. We all just say
That's
goodbye.
it.
Goodbye,
Alright,
all.
Bye.
everybody.